most part, than black men, right? There are a lot of black men who are successful, but for the most part, black women are making the money. So if you can find love, if that man works, at whatever job, and is a good man and is good to you, and honors the house and honors his wife and does what he can, because his gift may not be your gift.
Exactly.
That is okay. That's not somebody who's beneath you.
Yeah.
That's somebody.
And that's a major problem. The community as it stands now, whatever you think of the community, this is a disconnect, because most women who see a man that makes less money than them, they have a hard time getting with his program, following his instructions, taking his advice, because a lot of women seem to equate what a man earns with how much they can respect him. And unfortunately, what Tyler's talking about is something more spiritual, more connected to actually having a positive outcome. But if that isn't how these women are operating, then a lot of times that gets left behind, that gets lost. So unfortunately, he's talking to a group of women that might not be interested in building something with someone, or even taking a risk or a chance or possibility, because, not all the time is it going to really come to fruition that this man becomes successful. But we've seen it happen. We've got some very famous examples of it happening.
Who came to love you at your worth, right?
Yes.
And as long as he's secure in himself to know that house and honors his wife and does what he can, and is a good man and is good to you, and honors the house and honors his wife and does what he can, because his gift may not be your gift.
Exactly.
That is okay. That's
Does what he can, honors you, respects you. If your criteria is purely based on how much he makes and how much he can do for you, then are you really looking at the right things? Are you really a person that is even going to be open to the possibility of having a good man without that financial component? And I don't think a lot of women are. They're saying inherently, if he doesn't have the money, he's not a good person. And that disqualifies so many viable candidates. And it also puts us in the position that we're in right now, frankly.
not somebody who's beneath you.
Yeah.
That's somebody who came to love you at your worth, right?
Yes.
And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money, all I can pay is the light bill. As long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff, you've handled the light bill, baby, you can take me to dinner every now and then. That is fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But that's so hard for a lot of people to take in, because that means, no, I need somebody to, who is, they need to make 5 times more, and I got to have, well, go on, keep your list, baby.
Yeah.
God bless you. Hope it happens. Go on, keep your list. But when you talk about just someone to love you and support you, I know people whose men can't touch what they make. But when you see them together, that love, that support, that I got you, babe, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, we do need to clear up the fact that Tyler Perry gets wrong that most black women earn more than most black men. That is a fallacy. That is something that is convenient. I know it may seem like that. I know it might be in popular culture like that, but that is not the case. The numbers break down the way they are because of men like Tyler Perry. A billionaire does push up the average of all black men. There's a possibility for a lot of men to earn more. But in that everyday interaction, in that everyday one-to-one, real people that are making 6 figures or more, there's a lot more women that seem to fit that bill. But that doesn't necessarily mean wealth, 'cause along with that comes debt sometimes. Along with that comes realistic factors that have to be taken into account to really talk about the position that the community is in. But you don't get a Tyler Perry overnight. Tyler Perry was living in his car before he became a billionaire. So does anyone that interacts with him at that time that doesn't realize that he has that potential would miss out on that opportunity. And there are many, many men like that. And unfortunately, if you wasn't with me shooting in the gym, a lot of times later in life, a man is not going to just roll out the red carpet. And I think that's what a lot of our women get wrong, because there's something endearing about that quality of having somebody that has your back in the time when you're down, when you're building the business. A lot of women have the mentality that they don't want somebody who's running the race. They want somebody who's already won the race. And that is something that's always going to limit the possibilities of, that man actually having that support system, that man really respecting you as a partner, as someone who can help him get to that next level. And I think that position is also disrespected and not as valued as it possibly could be, Yeah, it's a limiting belief that keeps people apart. It's a limiting belief that makes it hard for somebody that is on the way up to actually find somebody that's good for them. It's one thing to get somebody after you've already achieved everything. And it's almost harder to trust that person as opposed to when you're in your down and out phase. And I think that's a disconnect between men and women, because it's obvious that women don't understand how men think in regards to these things. And it's obvious that men don't really understand what women think, why they're seeking these resources. And in some cases, they don't know why they're seeking these resources. They just know that he has to make 5 times more than me. He has to make 10 times more than me in order for me to respect him, because that's the other thing, You get some of these relationships where somebody tries this, and you'll hear women say that I've tried to date men that make less than me and it doesn't work out. Well, why didn't it work out? A lot of times because you came into the relationship with that mentality that, yes, he makes less than me, so I have to, ain't no way I'm going to bend over and be differential or let him lead in a way. He can't even pay his bills. I heard a video the other day where a woman was saying that she was like, you don't even have a car without me. You don't have this, you don't have that. You pay your own rent, pay this, pay that, So as long as that disrespect continues, there's still going to be issues. But if I see the situation as it is, as many single women are out here, it's got to be up to them at a certain point to make a change, or else it just remains the same. And if they're fine with that, that's fine, But don't complain about the situation if you're not willing to address the issues and take corrective action, to take instruction, to listen to men that actually have been here. Because I do find a lot of women, although it may feel good a lot of times, they give advice that doesn't necessarily serve your best interest. But it's an interesting discussion. For all the women out there, Tyler Perry has a message for you. How do you feel about this? How do you feel about this? Let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification for all uploads. This is Fawcett Media.